The show jumping community of South Africa gets together every Easter for one of the most important events of the year, the Nissan Easter Festival at Kyalami Club north of Johannesburg.
This is the biggest show that we have before the derby, and it actually attracts riders not just from South Africa but riders across the continent. We previously have had DRC riders. This year we've got Zambian riders, we have Zimbabwean riders, we have got Botswana riders. Because of that horse sickness, the Swaziland people haven't been able to compete at this year's Easter Festival, except for some of their few horses that were already in the country, but those that were in Swaziland unfortunately were not able to come through. But this show, we put it on for our riders, our top riders. It's the SA Outdoor Grand Prix with all our top riders, and everybody comes to showcase their talent and compete with the best of the best in the country.
The Nissan Easter Festival is, to my thoughts, is like it's one of the best shows for show jumpings, because we've got the development, and it's got a lot of entertainment. So we've got a lot of like all the grades from small, big, international show jumping. So it showcases everything. So for instance, like we've got like a lot of kids that have actually started the development under the Nissan development that are actually jumping at the shows for the last 2 years. So just is a very good progress.
Needless to say, with riders and horses travelling from all around Southern Africa, getting a show such as this together takes a focused, calm and highly organised individual like Heather Mpofu.
As the show director, I have lots of work to do. I mean, it starts with the planning of the actual show, how we're going to run each and every event, up until the day of the actual competitions, where we have to actually stick to our times. So basically, you are chasing time constantly, and you're making sure that everything is going on according to plan, and as well as fighting the weather and all sorts of things that happen with Easter Festival. It's been known for all the flooding and all the rains. So that's some of the things that we have to deal with, and that's all some of my stresses.
So what is show jumping all about? Well, who better to give us the ins and outs, ups and downs and lows and highs than Ashley Hausberger, who first won the South African Championship at the age of 19.
Show jumping is the jumping of horses and ponies. As adults, we ride horses. We start at about 90 centimeters and we work all the way up to $1.50 m. The higher you jump, the more technical our tracks get that we have to jump our horse around. Each show we get a track made up for us, and from numbers 1 to 11, and we have to jump these jumps and clear them. If you knock a pole down, you have 4 faults. If you knock 2 poles down, you get 8 faults, and so on and so forth. If your horse refuses a fence, it's 4 faults, and you also get timed.
Unlike the majority of sports, where it's more often than not individuals or teams taking each other on, show jumping takes logistics and potential complications to the next level with the involvement of the horse. And these beautiful and highly prized and skilled animals are what makes the sport happen. But they also bring with them many challenges for both organisers and the riders.
The challenges in show jumping, other than knocking a pole or stopping in the arena, is bringing a horse up and producing it from 90s to hopefully in the future 150. Other challenges are that you're working with an animal with its own brain. So some days you have a really good day, but they maybe not having a good day, or they're having a good day and you're not having a good day. So the partnership is always tested.
The challenges is always, trying to coordinate people. It's never easy because everybody has got their own expectations, and you cannot guarantee what everybody wants. So it's always a challenge to try and coordinate everybody and make sure that everybody is competing according to the rules, and also it's fair play for everybody.
The Nissan Easter Festival is a big event and requires spacious grounds and top-class facilities, both of which are available at the Kyalami Park Club.
It's a very important event because it's probably the biggest show in the calendar in South Africa, and certainly the biggest show for Kyalami Park Club. It attracts riders from all over the country. This year we had nearly 500 entries across show jumping, dressage, equitation. We had fun events like Zex, the man who showed the horse whisperer type of event. We had gymkhana, so we had lovely intermediary kids events and fun events, as well as the serious show jumping and other events that people compete in. So it's very important because it really, I think, showcases the sport across all disciplines, discipline being jumping and dressage, for example. And it really brings, I think, the community together, not only in Gauteng, but around the country. And it sort of galvanizes the sport and kind of showcases what's possible. Having Nissan as a sponsor is crucial because it kind of reinforces the value to that brand. And from what we hear from Nissan, they get very good exposure from the brand. So, as long as they win. And from a Kyalami Park Club perspective, our job is to put on great shows. We try and organize it very well behind the scenes. Yes, things do go wrong, but we try and learn. And I think as a committee and as a team and the office staff and the ground staff, we sort of work together to see how can we improve things all the time. This year we've made huge improvements to the arenas. We've spent a lot of money upgrading the all-weather arenas where what they call the going, where the consistency of the surface that the horses jump on is in a very good state. And if you have heavy weather like we had the week before the show started, they're able to drain, we're able to recover. So it's very important that the club reinvests the money that it makes from a show like this into the infrastructure, into the performance of the club, and so that we can leave a legacy.
From Johannesburg, Ashley Hausberger has been at the top of the sport for close on 9 years and is a regular on the podium of all the major events around the country. And to underline that, she won the 1.4 metre class at the Nissan Easter Festival.
I started jumping when I was 7 years old. The horse that just won the class on the 140s, his name is Discovery Eldo. I bought him 2 years ago from a lady in PE called Diane Boertes. He's an imported stallion, KWPN breeding, and he is 8 years old, and I'm in the process of getting him into the Grand Prix.
With so many variables such as weather, the horse's ability and health and mood, and the rider's physical and mental strength, preparing for a major show takes a huge amount of work.
To be honest, to prepare for a Grand Prix or a show of this magnitude, you learn your whole life. You don't just start training 3 weeks before the show. I've been training my whole life, I've been learning my whole life, so it's an ongoing process, and every day I learn something new about my horse and also about my own riding.
Many years ago, the highlight of the equestrian year was the Rand Easter Show. Now, the Nissan Easter Festival has assumed the position as the country's must-ride event in the first half of the year.
I've been riding for, it must be like 9 years in this the Easter show. And it's for actually being now being in and under Nissan, which is they've been sponsored here in now it's 8 years. It's been it got a lot of exposure to the public, and it's got like more crowds and more entertainment. I mean, obviously a lot of people come to watch the six bar. So to me, this show has actually been very successful over the years. That like today the crowd, it turned out to be actually quite a lot of crowd, it's very good for the sport and very good exposure to the country, yeah.
The prestigious 1.50 metre SA Nissan Outdoor Grand Prix was won by one of South Africa's most successful and enduring competitors, Ronnie Lawrence, riding Gillian van Orshoff. Ronnie went clear in all 3 rounds and won the jump-off in a time of 42.11 seconds to beat Nicola Syme Riley into second place. Ronnie now tells us where his show jumping career began.
I started riding when I was 8 years old in Rhodesian days, now Zimbabwe. I came to South Africa in 1978, and I've been here since. I've travelled abroad 5 times, representing South Africa or training. I've been back now for 2 years after spending 5 years there. And the horse that I won on today, Gillian van Orshoff, is a horse that I brought back with me 2 years ago, and he's 11 years old now.
Ronnie Lawrence has won just about everything there is to win in South African show jumping and has competed in the World Cup for South Africa. So how special was the win at the Nissan Easter Festival Grand Prix?
Well, I think the Nissan Outdoor Grand Prix is one of the major events of the year. It goes towards Show Jump the Year awards, your national rankings as a rider. So to win an event like this today is something that goes down in the history books, and especially for me as well. And to be in the field we had today, good jump off, track's very good with Kate Launder, so it was a good win.
Show jumping is a breathtaking sport combining the skill, power, speed and finesse of the horse with the rider's intuition, communication and bravery. It is a beautiful thing.